Monday. Boo. Every weekend goes by way too quick. Seemed like Saturday morning was like 2 seconds ago. I was all pumped, driving back from Salt Lake. Like, all right, we got the whole weekend ahead. And then here I am, sitting back in this box. When I got up this morning, I'm like, isn't it Sunday? Isn't it Sunday? Come on. Nope. No. Well, if you're looking for something to do today, you could watch a movie. You could kick back and watch something good. Got to watch a couple good movies yesterday. The Long Walk. Been meaning to watch that for a long time. You know, great Stephen King story from way back in the day. Thought they did a pretty good job with the adaptation. It was pretty good. And then we also watched Good Boy, which is a horror movie from the perspective of a dog. It was good. It was interesting how they did it. But I thought it was pretty good. I just wish I had another full day to kick back and just enjoy a little bit of entertainment, but looking like it's going to be a bit of a hectic week. And everything was going great, and then everything just kind of melted down on Saturday. Hot tubs broken. Bunch of other stuff going on that I don't care to get into right now, but hopefully this ends up being a better week than it could be. I don't know, just gotta one day at a time, So, I don't think we have any giveaways going on this week or anything around here. I'm gonna have to dig up some stuff to talk about. We'll see what I can find, but yeah, if you're looking for something good to watch, The Long Walk and Good Boy, both very good. What else did we watch? Oh yeah, we rewatched, I'm sure one many of you have seen, The 40-Year-Old Virgin, and that was pretty dang funny. Hadn't seen that in a long time. Pretty good stuff. So that was the extent of my weekend. Yeah. Now just gotta get the job done. Wish me luck getting through today and this week. But where it is a Monday, we should have lots of stuff built up from the weekend. We'll see what I can dig up to talk about. And we'll see how fast we can get through Stupid Monday. So I will return. Talk to you in a minute. Here we are, making our way through Monday. Meh. It's all right. Monday always has to happen eventually. All right. Let's see. What are people talking about online that's not politics? Facebook really sucks to get on. It's not very fun anymore, is it? Just endless complaining, fake information. I saw somebody share an image of a rock star making a political quote. I'm seeing these all the time as of late. It's like, do you guys not Google to see if that's a real quote? Like, I get it, you like it, but find out if it's real, all right? Nobody looks anything up. Nobody verifies information. Anyway. Let's see. People are discussing things people only romanticize because they've never actually done it. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see these things people think people romanticize because they've never actually done it. Running a small business. People picture freedom and passion, not the stress and constant worrying. Yeah. Running a small business would be very stressful. Everything's on you. All right. Living off grid. Go camping. All right. If you're fantasizing about living off grid, like, go live in a tent for a week. Give it a full week out in the woods. It would not be very nice to live off grid. That's not for me. Watch some of those Survivor Man episodes. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Farm living? Yeah. Tons of work. Tons of work. This person says you like being up at 4 a.m. taking care of your animals because they're sick all the time. There you go. I mean, hopefully not sick all the time, but I would imagine you got that many critters to deal with. You've got to get yourself up pretty early. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? People don't romanticize being poor. All right. Somebody says being poor. There is no honor or glory in the bohemian life. It just sucks all the time. Yeah, if you've ever been poor, you know that it sucks. Stressing about bills. Ugh. Stressing about money is the worst, is it not? Having a mental illness. Yeah. Do people really romanticize that? Or going to war? I think, there's enough information out there. You can learn what it's like to actually be in war. It would be terrible. Listen to some podcasts about it. Let's see here. Getting the opportunity to finally defend yourself. Yeah, we've talked about how stupid fighting is before. Don't do it, all right? You can end up dead or in jail. Dead or in jail. It's because you finally get to defend yourself. All right. This thread's making me grouchy for some reason. It's probably because it's Monday. And pretty much anything's going to make you grouchy on a Monday. But we're going to get through it, We've got 1 hour down. Just like 8 more to go. Yeah, party. Yo, people, how's it going? It's Viktor Wilt. Nobody likes a braggart, right? Well, I don't know. Sometimes you might have something good to brag about. But a lot of times people will brag about things that makes them look dumb. And that's something people are discussing online today. Things people brag about that actually makes them look worse. Now, I don't think I've ever seen anyone brag about this, but I've read about it or heard about it. People bragging, I have never read a book in my life. Oh, yeah? Maybe you should. Maybe you should start immediately. Pick them up and start knocking them down. You might learn something new. All right. People bragging, I don't ever sleep. I don't ever get any rest. Dude, that is not good for you. All right? I have been doing my best to get better sleep. Kind of was on a run there for a while where I was not getting proper rest. And it's really hard because I have to go to bed at just a stupid hour if I want to get the kind of sleep I need to be able to crush things down around here. But, oh, man. I mean, I tell you, the difference it makes when you actually get a good night's rest. It can be kind of life-changing, especially if you do it a bunch of days in a row. So keep working on it. You can do it. Let's see here. What else do people brag about that makes them look worse? Let's see here. That they've worked for X amount of years but have never taken a sick day. Congratulations if you never get sick. Or you're going to work sick and you're probably getting other people sick, which infuriates me. And those are your days. Use those days off. Trust me, I wish I had way more days off. If I had the pile of days off I wish I had, I'd probably have taken a 3-day weekend, and just got a little bit of extra sleep this morning. It's comfy in bed. It's great. All right. Yeah, take a mental health day. You don't have to be sick to use one of your sick days. Let's see. People saying they're brutally honest when they're just rude. Yeah. Seen that many a times. Let's see here. Again, if you're just tuning in, we're talking about things people brag about that actually make them look worse. Okay, here's one. I've dated 8 different women this month. Yeah. Sorry you couldn't get a second date, bro. Yeah, you hear guys, generally younger dudes, bragging about how many ladies they hook up with. And it's like, well, so you couldn't keep any of them? It's not really a good look, bro. Sounds to me more like you have failed. Keeping a lady around, now that's something to brag about. You're pulling it off. Let's see here. This person says their stepdad bragged once he's never changed a diaper. Okay, yeah, you're being a crappy dad, all right? Change some diapers, help out a little bit. Let's see here. People bragging about money. Yeah, that's just annoying. Nobody wants to hear it. Okay, times are tough. All right, let's see here. People bragging that they take care of their kids. Yeah, you should. Can you believe it? I fed my kids today. I'm doing so good. Oh, wow, good for you. Way to do what you're supposed to do. More no taking vacation days at work, blah, blah, blah. All right. Think we're just going to start looping the same things again. Bragging about their high school achievements. Yeah, nobody cares. High school doesn't mean anything when it's done. All right. I'm going to chug some more caffeine or something. Just trying to get pumped. Trying to get in a positive, motivated mood for a Monday. It's rough after, the last couple days. Just a lot of aggravations floating around. As long as nothing else breaks at my house, I'll be okay. But right now I need nothing else to go wrong. So, Jade, if you're listening, please don't bring me any kind of stressors at work today. Please no surprises at work. Good Monday to you. It's happening. Hope it was a good weekend. All right. Sorry, I was just looking through a bunch of possible reasons my hot tub might have drained while it was running. I'm guessing it's broken in some way. Oh. And then I'm pulling up this list of different things it could be. And it's that's a lot of different stuff. And am I going to know how to fix it? No. I'm going to have to call a repairman. Ugh. And I ain't got the dough. I got to get the kids over here this week. Got to pay for that. Every time you feel like you're possibly going to get a little bit caught up. All of a sudden, no. Time to spend. Ugh. All right, I'm just going to close all that. No sense thinking about it right now. Yeah. Okay. Well, aside from that, at least I got some sleep. Okay. What was I going to talk about? Sorry, I got so distracted with the, stupid broken things around my house. Ugh. Stresses me out. Okay. Well, went to 9 Inch Nails on Friday. It was a great time. Not really sure what's next on the old concert agenda, but we do have a lot of great shows listed at kbear.fm. Just click that concert calendar and then go to select event type, go concert/rock. You can find out about some of the other stuff coming up. I mean, Slaughter to Prevail in Whitechapel would be pretty cool. Oh, but it takes money. Takes money to go out of town. Dang it. Testament's coming up. They're coming up quick. Oh, that's tonight. Testament in Salt Lake City at the Complex tonight. Dark Divine's coming up. Varials, The Devil Wears Prada. Oh, Lamb of God would be another good one. What day of the week's that on? Oh, it's on a Saturday. I'm just going to have to see. I can't think about anything like that right now. Why am I looking at concert tickets when I'm stuff's breaking around me? It's going to be okay. All right. I think I need to continue drinking coffee. So I'll do a little bit more of that. We'll listen to some music and I'll find something to talk about, okay? Hang on. Okay. We've eaten a lot of strange items on the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem over the years. Starting to rethink doing that again. I was reading a story about a woman in Phoenix who was recovering from a life-threatening illness after eating a friend's homemade food. What they were eating was a homemade fermented swordfish. Ugh. We've eaten fermented fish on the noon hour. Surströmming, okay? I would hope, it was properly canned and, made. I mean, none of us thankfully got botulism. like this poor 24-year-old woman. Yeah, she's like, it tasted horrible. Well, yeah, it's fermented fish. She's like, well, it's supposed to be healthy, and I figured I might as well try. If it's bad, I'll just maybe get a little stomachache. Then she said, I noticed when I was chugging water, I wouldn't be able to chug it. It was going down the wrong pipe. And then slowly over the course of 24 hours, I went from not being able to chug water to not being able to drink any water at all. And then after nearly choking on a sip of coffee, she rushed to the hospital. And I guess the first hospital, they didn't know what was going on, so they just wanted to send her home. But she's like, no, I got problems here. So she went to a different one, and they're like, oh, you've got botulism. And I guess, like, what'd they say? About 24 adults pick this up every year. Super rare. But yeah, causes muscle paralysis, and it can do all kinds of bad stuff to you. Kill you dead. So, yeah, she, woke up in the hospital, and she's connected to a million different machines, all intubated. Oh, all right. Well, I guess the morning could be worse, right? Could wake up in this kind of condition here. So she says she's afraid to eat like any kind of fish ever again. She's like, yeah, no, sushi, tuna, I'm done. I bet that would be a way to keep you from eating fish. Yikes. But I think she's going to be okay. Ugh. But they said it could be months before she's like totally normal again. So tell your friends to eat their weird crap themselves. Yeah. Sometimes it's best not to just dive into some weird foods. Never know what they can do to you. All right. You headed out on a vacation anytime soon? Might want to avoid those cruises, okay? Yet another Caribbean cruise infected with norovirus. 150 people on a Princess cruise ship. Ugh. I've had norovirus. I've talked about it before. It was one of the worst things I've ever gone through. And this happens so often on these cruise ships. I don't know if I could ever do it. Just being worried about picking up norovirus. I'd be a mess the whole time, just freaking out. Yeah, I mean, you ever just sat around feeling like you're gonna vomit or actually have vomited for like days on end? It's not very fun. And now imagine being stuck in a little tiny room on a boat in the ocean. Ugh. Just something to think about. Now, earlier on the show, we talked about the woman who picked up botulism from eating fermented swordfish that her friend made at home. Well, I got this article here about Parasite cleanses. Ugh. How exactly does this work? Now, what they're saying are, people get parasites, and you get them in your guts, and you need to take measures to clear them out periodically. So basically, people are doing these cleansings, but people also do weird stuff like soak their feet in water mixed with baking soda and essential oils. Thankfully, they're not trying to cleanse themselves out with parasites, which is what I thought this was going to say. Because I swear the other day I saw an article about a woman who intentionally infects herself with worms, and it made me want to just crawl right out of my skin. Ugh. You got to be careful, people, okay? Don't eat raw meat. I was reminded of someone telling Becca and I about themselves eating raw liver recently because it's supposed to be good for you. I'm going to go with I would never do that. Raw meat, you might hear me talk about raw meat. I mean, I've got the raw meat energy drink sitting here next to me, but it's not actual raw meat, okay? It just seems like a high risk of parasites, and also liver's disgusting even when it's cooked. Ugh. Okay, what else we got here? Some guy in San Francisco arrested for stealing $21,000 in groceries from Whole Foods. So what's that, like one cart? One cart at Whole Foods? Let's see here. I guess it was a series of thefts. So it might have been 2 to 3 carts to add up to $21,000. But he's in jail now. Another guy who's in jail is a Florida man who last year got very upset when he showed up to his favorite bar and the karaoke machine was broken. So he got very upset, went outside, and then he pulled out a gun and just started pointing at people. I don't care! Fired around into the air. He's going to be away for a while. I wonder what song he really wanted to sing. Karaoke night, serious business. Glad nobody was hurt. Anyhow, it's a little after 8. We're getting through the day. It's all we can do. Try to just power through a Monday. We got Jade Davis in the house.
I didn't fly away to Oz during the windstorm, so that's good.
Did you see? I think, was it Peaches who made Jade the kite?
I laughed pretty hard. And then on Saturday, when I got back from Salt Lake, going to 9 Inch Nails, it was awesome. It was just as bad, if not worse, windy.
Dude, it was crazy.
So I stood on my deck. Did you see my little video where I stood on my deck for a half second?
Yeah.
With me shaking blowing around was actually almost falling over from the gust of wind tearing my face off.
Yeah, I was stoked to get home, that's for sure. And I had to take the long way because, dust storms and this and that.
Yeah, freeway shut down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was a little bit gross, but good show. Amazing show. 9 Inch Nails. Top quality.
Oh, yeah.
Top quality.
You know it's a good show when you get punched in the face.
I'm glad I didn't get punched in the face. I felt like I did. Jeez, my body was so sore. Oh, yesterday, just like my arms and everything. I wasn't like...
And you didn't even go in the pit?
No, I wasn't like stuck on the rail trying to hold my spot. I don't know what happened.
I was definitely in the pit. Got punched in the face.
Well,
last time I got punched in the face in a pit was Kill Switch Engage.
I remember that one. Nice punch to the face. That was good. Well, all the other radio DJs were hiding in the back of the room. You and me are in the pit. As typical. Yep. Bunch of pansy old boomers. So, the show was great. And then the rest of my weekend, as you know, was a nightmare.
It got blobbed.
It got blobbed, for
That's
sure.
Unfortunate.
I did, yesterday just kind of sit around, watch some movies and things, and it was nice. Watched The Long Walk, which
I've been wanting to see that one.
It was good, and then watched a movie called Good Boy. Have you heard of that one?
I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it.
Yeah, it's like a horror movie from the perspective of a dog. It was interesting how they filmed it, but I liked it. It was just a different kind of movie. I don't want to spoil anything about it, but it was pretty good.
Nice.
And then watched The 40-Year-Old Virgin for some laughs after watching 2 dark shows. I needed a little bit of laugh after some of the events that happened over the weekend. And if anybody out there repairs hot tubs, feel free to give me a call at 208-535-115. Because, why? So it all just happens at once, Jade.
Yes, it does.
That's how it goes. So hopefully nothing breaks around here. We don't have any surprises popping up around here today, do we? I don't know if my brain can handle it. Need a nap.
Well, better get your resume ready.
Oh!
We're going to go talk in the conference room later.
No. Well, it is Monday, so we do get to go to the bright conference room, turn the lights all the way up. Yeah, I can't wait. Well, I'll hope the morning's treating you good. We're going to get through this week somehow. And Jade, you just try to leave me alone. Nope. Leave me alone. No more work. Let me take a nap. You always think after the weekend there's going to be a bunch of crazy news that's popped up. Because you got 3 days worth of stuff. It's like something funny had to happen. Not in this day and age. No. Okay, what's this story? This is up in Alaska. A former Juneau school board member submitted what current board members call disparaging comments to be engraved on fundraising bricks for a new school playground in Lemon Creek. So, you know these deals. You can buy a brick when something's getting built and, you contribute to the cost and you get to carve your name into it or whatever. I want to know what he said. Let's see here. All right. One of the bricks, he wanted to say the city prioritized a new city hall over a new playground. Another one said the city funded a gondola over fully funding this project. So I guess he's upset that he had to contribute to the project. So I thought when they said disparaging comments, like this guy submitted something really nasty. But this is just kind of childish. And I approve. So let's see. The bricks will still probably be installed at the playground, since the comments are likely protected under the First Amendment rights. So, did they say? Okay, it wasn't that he was charged or anything like that. They're just publicly shaming him in the news. Which, hey, worse things could happen. Worse things could happen to you. Yeah, I think that's pretty fun. I don't know if anything's being built around here right now that you could, leave a little message on, but it might be there till the end of time or till they tear down whatever they're building. So something to consider. Have a little bit of fun when, making those donations. You planning on going hiking anytime soon? Don't hike in the snow, okay? Because you don't know what's underneath the snow. Especially if you're in Japan. They've had these bear problems. We've talked about them. Bears just attacking people. There's bears everywhere. Well, this guy and his female companion, he's a 69-year-old Japanese man, just out for a winter hike. Then all of a sudden he goes crashing through the snow in the ground, about up to his waist. He falls into this hole, and in the hole was a bear that was hibernating. And bears can wake up when they're hibernating. So it woke up, bit him on the leg, and then tried to follow him out when the guy managed to pull himself out of the hole. He used the hiking sticks he was carrying to just kind of poke at the bear. And I guess that worked. So, yeah, if you're planning on hiking, you gotta pack bear spray, okay? Like, if you hit trails around here, you'll see the signs, be bear aware. Should always have hairspray. I mean, hopefully nobody falls into a hole with a bear in it around here, but bears do manage to attack people around here from time to time. So stay on the marked trail. Don't just trudge through the snow. And I mean, we don't have a lot of that to deal with. And I think winter's... I'm not going to jinx it. Not going to jinx it. You never know what could still happen. But I need that nice weather to try to get the stupid hot tub fixed. Oh! All right. Gonna try to not think about things that aggravate me. It's been a stressful couple days for me. All right, so cut me a little bit of slack. Just want to, right now be just hiding in my room in the darkness. Ugh. It's all right. Just gotta plow forward, everybody. Well, it looks like the Academy Awards took place last night. Take a look at some of these winners here. Because everybody can use a good movie in their life. Yeah. Taking home the Best Picture Award is a movie I've been meaning to watch, just haven't got around to it. One Battle After Another. I think it's on HBO. I've seen it popping up every time I fire up the old TV, but just haven't fired that up. Like I mentioned earlier on the show, yesterday watched The Long Walk, which was really good. Good Boy, which was really good. Should probably dig into some of these nominees for Best Picture. I mean, there were a number of horror movies in here. Frankenstein, Sinners. Sinners is really good. They won a bunch of other awards. Bugonia, I think, is at least horror adjacent. So might have to check that one out. Best director went to Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another. All right. Best actor went to Michael B. Jordan of Sinners. Again, if you're into horror, you got to watch Sinners. It's a lot of fun. I didn't really know what I was getting into going into that movie, but I thought it was pretty fun. Best actress in a supporting role, Amy Madigan for Weapons. Weapons, definitely one of the best horror movies that I've seen all year. Love seeing horror movies win a bunch of awards. Like Sinners won a bunch. It was pretty much Sinners and One Battle After Another taking home just about everything. So definitely need to get around to watching One Battle After Another. And then maybe I'll start knocking down some of the others on this list. But yeah, watch Sinners and Weapons if you haven't seen them yet. All right. Really good stuff. And again, it's just great to see horror make its way into the Academy Awards. When it comes to horror in general, you go to the bookstore, they got the little horror section that they hide far away as possible from the other books. And it's like, why? Why? Stephen King, one of the biggest selling authors of all time. All right? Horror is popular. Yeah, you don't need to hide it away from everybody. Surprised that here in Idaho, they haven't required bookstores to put it in a separate room. Well, got to show your ID. Only at the library. Only at the library. All right, well, watch yourself some good movies. Try to relax if you can. Everybody needs a little bit of relaxation. How does it feel dating a nice person after dealing with a toxic one? Obvious answers. Like I could breathe again. My self-confidence turned around. Peaches, I was talking about this subreddit that's always filled with stupid questions called No Stupid Questions.
Should I break up with her if she's cheating on me?
Yes! The answer is yes! No, this one was, how does it feel dating a nice person after dealing with a toxic one?
Wow.
What do you think? Good. I'm going to go with the feels pretty nice.
It's about as stupid as the question I just saw posted by this other radio station here in the area that said, could you go 24 hours without your phone or internet?
No, impossible.
All the old people, yes, of course. I did it back in the 60s.
Yeah, like I said, the answers are exactly what you would expect, so.
No, I hate it. I like being just ridiculed. I have Stockholm Syndrome.
I like being treated like crap, so I was bored. I don't like all this peace and, lack of chaos.
I want her to turn her phone off before she goes to a Halloween party. I love the element of surprise.
But at least I guess there's a community for people online to ask these questions. I think this is a person who needs to get out of a toxic relationship. And they're like, oh, is it going to be better?
It's like those guys that like, if I shave my head bald, will I look better?
No.
And they look like,
Now
Devin Townsend and Strappy Young Lad with the dreads barely holding on.
Oh, yeah. Now you're going to get r/bald filling up my feed yet again. It's coming back. r/bald.
It's better than what I'm getting. r/male grooming tips. Hey, should I shave the beard or should I keep it? Obviously, he looks better with the beard. He's just trying to fish for compliments. Mm-hmm. My favorite thing is r/bodybuilding because you get these dudes that are posing in their bathroom mirror, just like trying to flex in their underpants.
I haven't seen that one.
Should I bulk or cut?
Thank you again for tuning in to The Victor Welch Show. This program is a production of Riverbend Media Group. To contact the show or for more information, hit us up at riverbendmediagroup.com.